Hello everyone, we are back in the UK. It's nice to be back. I've missed the dog. Oh, you haven't seen the dog yet, have you? Oh. So, this is Buddy. You can see he's a little bit blind, bless him, but he's 17 at Christmas. He's a cross between a border collie and a staff, but he's pucker. So if you hear a little bit of tap dancing in the background, it's his feet on the floor. But yeah, I had an amazing 3 weeks. I can't thank Cindy enough for letting me stay there. I met so many people while I was out there, made so many new friends. Love to go back out and see them again soon. Might be a little Christmas trip planned, maybe not. But yeah, there was a lot of work that was involved. Sort of, I was half expecting to be busy every single day, but we still managed to go off and sort of explore a little bit. But if anyone else is sort of watching my videos thinking, oh, like that'd be nice, I wouldn't mind doing that, like go and book a flight. They're not expensive at all, depending on where in the world you are. But from the UK, it was like 45 quid. My actual baggage was more expensive than what the flights were. But yeah, just go there. Sort of, it's called woofing as well. I've seen that online. That's quite popular. It's basically you're going to help voluntary work in different places around the world. There is a website that I'll put in the description for anyone else that could possibly be interested. But I'm lucky that I posted up on social media and a few people tagged Cindy, and that's how sort of we got speaking quite a few months ago, way before the plan was even to go out there. But yeah, anyone that wants a life experience like that, it certainly makes you enjoy and appreciate your luxuries at home, sort of like having a PC like behind me and having my tracksuits again. Like, I know I could have all that out there, but it's just the creature comforts that you have when you're at home. Like, obviously I was in a tent for 3 weeks, and getting back into my bed was the best feeling. But no, as a summary, brilliant. I can't wait to go and do it again. I probably won't stay for as long and do as much work as I did. I'll probably just be sort of in between doing a bit of work, going out and meeting people, going and meeting estate agents and stuff like that. I will be going back out there. It is getting planned at the moment. I've just got to sort some things out with work and stuff. I've got a few customers that are really desperate to get some work done. So I don't know if you're interested in that sort of thing. I know the whole video stuff is supposed to be like my transition from Kent in the UK to Portugal, but does anyone care what I do for a living? It's basically I specialise in hardwood floors and like floor restoration. So you lift up your carpets and you've got a lot of sort of like old pine, and sometimes it's parquet flooring underneath the carpet, and I come in, sand it all down, fill all the little damages and stuff, and we make it look like new again. So if you are interested in seeing something like that, just give us a comment, just let us know, and I'll show you how we do it. But yeah, I've got a few things to sort out with customers. I've also got to plan the flights as well, because prices are ranging at the minute. I did look on when I was at the airport. I did look to see if I could book some more flights, and they was 15 quid, which is crazy cheap. But I'm looking now and they're about sort of 200. So I'll give it a couple more days and I'll keep checking until they come up cheap. It's the best way to do it. I haven't got loads and loads of money, so if we can save some money here and there, that will be great. I've got an estate agent booked to come and view the house, sort of give me a rough valuation on how much it's worth, see if I can sell it. If I've got any profit in it, that profit will then be used to go to Portugal and hopefully maybe buy a place. One thing I do want to talk about is the D7 visa. So after speaking to a few people, few Google searches when I got home, I realised that there is also a D2 visa. Now, this D2 visa is a little bit of a game changer for certain people. I don't think it really helps me out that much due to my sort of current situation. But basically, you have the D7 visa, which is basically for just ordinary people like myself. Doesn't matter whether you're young, old, new, whatever. You can get this visa as long as you've got a passive income. So if you've got it's around 8,000 euros, but 10 is better. Like it gives you a real good solid base then. So if you can have 10,000 euros in a Portuguese bank account, and you can have a passive income of around 700 to 800 euros, but again, 1,000 euros is again a really good place to be. So if you can have 10,000 euros in a bank account and you can passively earn around 1,000 euros a month, you're good. You can go. You can go to Portugal. You can stay out there for a couple of years on the D7. If you don't like it, you come back. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Or if you really like it, you apply again. You get another visa, and then after that, you get your residency, and after that, you get your citizenship. So yeah, it is really easy. I'm not too sure. The D2 is basically an entrepreneur's visa. So if you've got your own business or you have investments in Portugal, you can also take almost like rebranch your business out into Portugal. If there's a business that works in the UK and Portugal and you want to open up a new branch in Portugal, you can do that. Which I thought first of all was a winner for me, because you didn't need to have a passive income. You just need to show that your business was profitable and that you was able to maintain yourself and that the business would stand out in Portugal and you'd earn money. You still need some savings. It's not a lot. I think you need to have around 5,000 euros in your business account, which on the grand scheme of things probably isn't a lot of money to most of you business people. But there is another one called the Golden Visa, but we're not going to go into that unless people really want me to. I can create a separate video on that, but it doesn't apply to me, so I'm not going to include it, so sorry. Basically, it's just for old people and for people that have got a lot of money that are going to go and spend over 400,000 euros on a property. So unfortunately, I haven't got 400,000, so one thing that I did find out, shout out to Simon Batten. He's someone that I've met through social media. Again, he is a great guy from the UK, living in Portugal. He's a finance guy. He told me about these annuities. I think that's how you spell it, annuity. Basically, it's almost like an investment. So let's say you've got £12,000. You give this company, this said company, obviously only trusted companies, don't just go and give anyone £12,000. You give them £12,000, and for around £40 per month, they will pay you passively out of that £12,000. So you could say, right, here's £12,000, I want £1,000 per month for 12 months. And then obviously you would have to pay £40 per month, which is £480. So it's around 4.8% that they charge you, which isn't bad in the grand scheme of things if it means you getting into the country that you really want to get into. So I think for me, what my plan is to liquidate as many more assets as I can. I've started doing it already. Liquidate my assets, try and sort of sweet talk my dad and his girlfriend into letting me stay there for a little while. Sorry, Dad and Hazel, if you're watching this, but you might have a new house, buddy, if you don't mind. But yeah, that's my plan. My plan is to sell the house, liquidate all my assets, give this company X amount of money, however much I have, and then they can passively pay me every month. And I will get almost like a contract of agreement to say, we are going to pay this man X amount of money every month. So then I can give that to VFS when I go to apply for my visa. I've also got to go and get my Portuguese bank account opened and obtain my NIF number. But what the plan is to go out to Portugal in the next maybe 2 months. I'd like it to be the next 2 months. Go into a couple of estate agents, explain to them my situation, that I could be looking for property, blah 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 blah. And I've heard that they take you to a bank and they take you to get your NIF and stuff like that. So they sort all that out for you. I'm hoping that they do speak relatively good English, so I'd like to understand what's going on. I just don't want to be left with a bank account that I don't know much information on. But I'm sure that they'll do their best to get me the best. But yeah, that's the plan at the minute. So Project Portugal is a go. Like I said, time frame is still a year. If I could do it in a year, then that would be amazing. I'm not too sure what other obstacles I'm going to face along the way, but this is all part of the YouTube channel. You're going to see what obstacles I overcome, and if I overcome them and how I do. I do need to think of a way of getting all my belongings from the UK out to Portugal. I'm thinking about buying a truck of some sort, like a 4x4 pickup truck, put a trailer on the back of it. I can put all my stuff in the truck and the trailer, and then I can take that out there. And then obviously if I ever need the trailer, I've got it out in Portugal. I understand that the vehicle will need mitigation and stuff like that, but when you compare the prices from the UK to Portugal, it's so much cheaper to buy a used truck or a used car, take it over to Portugal, get it mitigated, because used cars are unbelievably expensive in Portugal. But yeah, it really was a good trip. So thank you again, Cindy. The video that I'm going to be attaching after this, that you'll be seeing, is a quick sort of Q&A that me and Cindy had. Just wanted to sort of ask her a few questions just before I left, so it's a little bit dated, it's about a week old now, but I wanted to make sort of like the coming home video and the plans and the Q&A all as one. I didn't really want to just release a video of just a load of questions and answers. I didn't think that would be very good, but yeah, hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you after the clip.
I'm not that interesting.
Beg to differ.
I might be alternative in an alternative way.
Well, I think we all are in our own way. Right, so I have some questions here to ask about how you like it on the farm and what you do and stuff like that. I'm sure everyone else wants to hear what you think as well. So the first one is, in the years you've lived off grid, what has been your hardest task and your greatest achievement?
I think my hardest task was when we had that heat wave and the water levels got low and the water mine dried up, and having to go and fetch water sometimes 3 times a day, filling up 50 bottles of water at a time.
Yeah.
Just to keep the pigs hydrated and cool.
You didn't have the blue bottles at the time.
I didn't have those blue tank thingies at the time.
Just sort of used water bottles and Dr. Pepper bottles and stuff.
Yeah, and I would say that was the hardest, was trying to keep the pigs hydrated during that heat wave.
But you managed to do it though. So
yeah,
happy endings. And the greatest achievement?
I think the greatest achievement is what would be the greatest achievement?
The thing you're most proud of, or you're most accomplished of, or something you stand back and say, you know what, we've done.
What I am proud of is new skills that I have learnt.
Yeah. And
being able to
adapt
do
to the
pointing and do grouting and this cordwood wall, I think that has been really great, and just making this place comfortable. I mean, it doesn't look beautiful because I haven't got cupboards or anything like that. it's sort of like camping but in a stone cottage.
Yeah, but it's also a work in progress. People
Yeah.
have got to understand that you're doing everything by yourself pretty much. Like you say, you work
Yeah.
part-time to full-time sometimes, and you've only got enough time in the day some days just to feed the pigs. So things take a lot longer to do. If someone was doing it as a full-time job, they'd sort of excel really quickly.
Yeah. So when I'm doing my like online assignments, those last like 3 days at a time, and those are 8-hour online days. And then within the breaks and that's when, like last year, I was rushing to go and pick olives during the breaks, for example.
Yeah.
So
sometimes it's just not a lot of time.
Yeah.
So the second question, hopefully it doesn't come across offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing as you're a slightly older woman, how do you find the health
very,
system?
very old.
It's ancient. But how do you find the health system?
I find the health system very good because I do have health issues. I've had like my thyroid removed, which resulted in other problems like then high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. And over here you go and see the doctors. I don't have a specific GP that I see. I go to the clinic, but I mean I have regular blood tests every 3 months, and I find it, you don't even wait when you go there. You're in and out in like 5 minutes.
Positive experiences,
yeah,
which is always good.
Yeah.
Third question is, what is your best advice to anyone wanting to live off-grid or in these sort of situations?
My advice is to come out and experience it first.
Do what I've done.
Yeah, do what you've done basically, because I think the off-grid lifestyle is not for everybody, and you might think if you're watching videos about it, it might look like a glamorous kind of a lifestyle, but I won't say it's hard. I don't find it hard. I find it quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's not for everybody.
No, it's very realistic. It's not, you can't tart anything up. It is as you see it. If you've got animals, you're the one that has to look after the animals. You feed the animals. And
you can't feel sick and say, oh, I feel too sick, I can't go and feed the animals.
I've got a cold. Yeah.
You've got to just
every day.
Yeah, you've got to turn up every day. That's it.
So what have we got here? So how do you think that your YouTube channel has affected your lifestyle off-grid? Do you think it's made it easier? Do you think it's made it harder?
I don't know.
Does it sort of sometimes you feel like a bit more motivated to do something, so you've got some footage to make, or does it not affect you at all and it's just a little bonus on the side? Because it takes a long time. Now I've started doing it, I realise how much time it takes to get all these little clips, to put them onto the computer, then to make a video and edit them all and cut out all the bits that might not be so good, and to do that on top of your work, and to do it on top of looking after the pigs, the dogs, and actually making something worthwhile for a video. It's a lot to do.
Well, because I'm not carting around like a big camera, and it's just my phone that I use, and occasionally the GoPro. When I remember, I will take a video, like short video clips.
Yeah.
So the actual filming process isn't difficult. And the biggest problem for me is remembering to take video clips, because so many times great things or funny things happen and I think, oh, my phone is on charge at the car, because I really need a new phone because the battery doesn't last very long, so I can only have it with me for a certain time, and then I've got to put it on charge, and then and because I dropped my GoPro, it randomly turns itself on and off for like 17 minutes, 38 seconds. And then when you want to use it, the battery's flat because it's been filming the wall that it was facing. So yeah, my filming is limited to an old iPhone that has seen better days and got hardly any battery life, and a GoPro that has a mind of its own. So.
Yeah. So if there's any recording companies out there watching, send Cindy a recorder or a GoPro or something that she can record some new footage on. That'd be good. It's a little shameless plug there. What do you miss the most about your previous lifestyle? Because I know you travelled around a lot. Obviously, I've been here for a few weeks and we've had lots of chats now, and you have travelled around a lot. So do you feel like now you're sort of situated more in one place, you miss travelling around a lot, or do you like it now that you've got more of a permanent home?
Yeah, I don't actually miss travelling, because I've seen, look, I haven't been to Antarctica, let's put it that way. That I have not been there, but I've been everywhere else basically. And yeah, sometimes I'll think back and I will miss travelling, like I did, like seeing new places, but I used to travel a lot with my children, but now my children have their own lives, and to be honest, it's not that much fun traveling by yourself, because you look at something and you go, oh wow, this is beautiful, and you realize you're talking to yourself, and it's like a little bit of a sign of madness. So it's not as fun traveling by yourself as it was when I used to travel with my children. So I don't know if I really miss that much. I don't. But I must say though that when I do go and give a face-to-face workshop where I have to travel, the thought of staying in a hotel for like 3 nights and having a hot shower 3 nights in a row, and just is
Nice
quite nice.
Beds and
Yes,
fresh towels and stuff.
Yeah, that does spoil me.
Yeah,
sort of like not having to shower out of a bucket.
Real off-grid lifestyle here, guys. Do you think a lot of people underestimate how diverse this way of living is?
I think so. I think people do underestimate it, and as I said, people have this impression of what they think living off-grid is like, and the reality of it is quite different. And I think what people don't realize is that the setting up the infrastructure is very pricey. It's like you're not going to just come here and living off-grid, you live off the land. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. You've got to set up some kind of water system. You've got to set up some kind of power. You need power, because off-grid people still want to be connected to the internet and use Wi-Fi and that. So all setting up the infrastructure is quite costly and takes quite a lot of money, and that's why you still have to have some kind of income coming in to live off-grid.
Unless you've got a real large amount of money sat
there. Exactly. So that's why I still have to work and to do, although it's sort of part-time, I've got to do it, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to survive. I wouldn't have been able to fix up. This was abandoned for 60 years. Yeah. So I'm having to try and get that infrastructure that wasn't maybe there 60 years ago. They did things differently then. Yeah. So, yeah.
So one that probably a lot of people wonder is, where did you get all your motivation from? Because sometimes it is a slog to, you things get done, so you have to do a little bit each day to make a lot of progress. Yeah. So where do you get up and every day you just do and chip away at it?
So my blood group is be positive. And I think that that's my mindset as well, is be positive. And so you always look for the positive in everything, and I think that gives you the motivation. And as I said to you before, is like every night when you go and sleep, or when I go and sleep, I like to think about, like, what have I achieved today? And it doesn't matter if it's a big thing or a small thing, but I can think, okay, every day I can say, right, I achieved that. Like, I dewormed the pigs this morning. That's an achievement. You know, I had 2 meetings today. That's an achievement. You know, so you sort of think you don't want to go and sleep at night and it's like, what did I do? I wasted a day. I did nothing.
Yeah.
Look at that gecko. Sorry. Can you see him?
Oh,
over
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
there? Okay.
It's like
You
the
might
biggest
want
one I've
to
seen.
take out Jesus out of your video. But yeah, can you see how it's blended into the rock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest one that I've seen since I've been here. It's not
Yes.
too big.
Looks like it lost its tail and it's growing again.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's just your mindset, and you got to remember, and this is what I always used to tell my own children and the children in my class, whatever you put out to the universe is what you get back.
Yeah.
So if you put out negativity, you're going to get negativity back. If you put out positivity and a positive mindset, you're going to get positive things back. And you have to believe it. You got to do like a little mantra. And it's just like, you know, I can do this. I am going to be able to live in this cottage. I am going to be able to live in this cottage. And you just repeat it to yourself as you're driving along.
Yeah.
People think you're crazy because they can see your mouth moving and there's nobody in the car. But you just have to have that positive mindset.
Yeah. No, I agree. Some days I can imagine it's hard to keep the positive mindset, but that's the days that it makes you stronger, I suppose.
Yeah. If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
So if you had the chance to do it all over again from scratch, would you still do it?
I would have done this maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you'd be done now and you'd just be sort of relaxing. Knowing you'd probably still find something to do.
Yeah, I'm not a person that can actually not be busy. I think I do have a form of like ADD or ADHD or something or other. It's just like, you can see my hands are going all, I can't actually sit still, and I can't do nothing.
I think that's just classed as a fidget.
Yeah, probably.
You just got a short attention span.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 questions left. One of them is, what is your end goal? Sort of like, where do you want to see yourself, where you're like, I've achieved everything I want to achieve from this? Or is there no end goal and you're just looking to continuously build and build and build?
Well, my end goal would be to have something beautiful for my children to inherit. That's the end goal. So I want to have like the spare room over there done and the veranda done, so that the house is done, and then I can start thinking about landscaping. But at the same time, I need to build more pig pens and that as well. So I think my end goal would be that this is a really nice place to live, and if people want to come and experience an off-grid lifestyle, that I'll have like a little log cabin in the woods that they can stay in and experience what it's like to live off-grid. Because I think at the end of the day, you know, I've spent so many years in education, I'm always a teacher. And if I can not necessarily teach people how to live off-grid, but help them experience it in some. I think that
just
would be
educate
good.
people on not
about
overlooking it.
Yeah.
I get that. It's definitely helped me because I said to you before, it's caught me off guard a little bit because it is, you can't sort of wake up, have your breakfast, sort of sit on your phone, have a look at the news or social media or whatever, and then trundle around. It's sort of up, get your jobs done and get as much done in the day as you can. Otherwise, all you're doing is holding yourself up from going any further. But the only other question that I've got is, how have you found having me here? So it's a bit of a selfish question because it's about me. But how have you found me being here?
No, I've enjoyed having you here, and I think we've had some good chats, and I think it's been a bit like having my son here. You know, I look on you as being almost like another son.
Oh, that's a nice comment.
I've enjoyed cooking for you because you've always appreciated my cooking and everything I've
really
made.
Food.
So I think it's been enjoyable, and you know, you've been keen to jump in and help get things done, and things like, I can tell you, like the way you were going for the axe. I bought that axe because someone said, "Oh, that makes it easy to split logs." I can't even pick up that. And it's just like, let alone trying to swing it down. Louise and I tried with that axe, but we nearly killed each other, and I've not chopped off our feet. We couldn't do it.
Well, that sounds a bit of work, doesn't it?
So that was like a huge help, and the help in doing like the cordwood wall. You know, we had a lot of fun, busy playing Jenga together, trying to fit it in. So I've really enjoyed it, and you're always welcome to come back
thank
anytime.
you very much. I was about to say, so if I come back in the near future, I'm always welcome then.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate that. It's been good to come here, and obviously when you first when I messaged you to say, oh, I'm at the train station, like sort of you on your way to pick me up, you always have that awkward, I don't know, that first journey home was a bit awkward because no one really knows what each other are like, but then as soon as we sit down, eat dinner and have a beer, sort of chats flow, and then it's like you've known each other for ages. But definitely made a friend for life, I think. Yeah,
no, definitely. It's been great, and the dogs have loved having you here.
Yeah, I must admit, the dogs are a bonus.
Given them a lot of attention, and Juno, who, as I say, is the most hardworking farm dog ever. Not.
They're both good. I've got dogs at home, so I've got a dog at home. And I'm not there giving him cuddles and stuff and attention, so it's just common nature for me to do it with your dogs. Yeah. It's just a good job that they're friendly and they like the attention.
Yeah, no, they've definitely enjoyed having you. I enjoy having people come and stay and help, and because, you know, to be honest, when I'm alone, I don't always cook that much because, I don't know, sometimes you just have a slice of toast with Marmite on or something or other for dinner. It's just, you don't have that motivation to cook a whole big meal.
Yeah.
Occasionally, like on a Sunday, I'll cook a stew, but then I eat the stew for the whole week, you know. But so having people here where I can cook again, because I used to, I do still have my children. It's just like they don't live with me. But when we all lived together when they were young, I used to cook every night, and I used to enjoy cooking and baking. But it's no fun doing it just for yourself. So I enjoy having people here because then I can do cooking and baking.
And it's not just you want people here for volunteers so you can get stuff done on the house. It's more of a social thing as well, because it's like you said, like people have seen, like you've just got land around you. It's not like you can just go next door and have a quick chat with your neighbour, because it's not it doesn't work like that out here.
Yeah.
You've still
yeah.
got like a good social life, but if you've got people here on a regular basis and you're like, we have breakfast together, we have dinner together, we work together, it's sort of, it makes the day a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been lovely, and I must say, all the volunteers that I've had that have come here, we've actually stayed friends. You know, we've been friends, and some of the volunteers, when they come back, they pop in again. So it's been great.
Yeah, that's good. I think that's it. I think that's all the questions. You've answered them all.
Okay, well, thank you very, very much.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
No, it's been wonderful. It's quite sad. I
I'll
might even cry when you go.
No, I'll be back before you know it.
So, there's Buddy. He's deaf, bless him, and he's blind, but see, nothing. Hey, what's up, boy? But yeah, hopefully you liked the little Q&A. I just thought it would be something to throw in there so you can see what Cindy's got to say for herself, straight from her. Like I said, got more people booked in to go and see. I'm not going to tell you who they are just yet because that would ruin the surprise. So yeah, new people, another Portugal trip, means of transport out to Portugal when I eventually move, sell the house, Portuguese bank account, my NIF, and drink more Portuguese cider. 7 good things there. There's a few YouTubers as well that I've been speaking to, which have been really, really generous, really, really welcoming. It'd be good if I could do a little tour of their homesteads as well, or their houses, because they're not all off-gridders or anything like that. Some of them are in houses. Would be good to show you how they're living, again, if that's something that you're interested in. But yeah, for now, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm still only looking at probably releasing 1 video a week at the minute, because I don't really know what you guys want to see from me. If you could let me know what you want from this channel, then that would be great. I can work with that. I just don't want to bore you with my work, or I don't want to sort of try and not milk the content, but I don't want to make videos just for the sake of making videos. If it's 2 or 3 weeks before I release a video because it's got some content, then so be it. But yeah, hopefully you understand. I have got a Facebook page now and an Instagram, which is from Kent to Portugal. So if you can go and like and follow them, that would be great. The next thing I'm probably going to do is break down my visa application, but it's a bit too soon for that because I need my NIF and my Portuguese bank account. So probably the next thing will be the next trip out to Portugal, I'm afraid. I'm not too sure. We'll see what happens. Let us know in the comments what you want to see from me, if you want to see some work, if you want to hear anything or know anything about me. I'll show you my local area when we go and walk the dog, because there's a really nice little woodland around the corner from me that we can go to. So I think it'd be good to have a little video on that, and I'll fill you in on if any more news happens and stuff like that, and I'll let you know what the estate agents say. So fingers crossed the housing market's still on the up, and we make a few quid, because it really goes a long way out in Portugal. So the more money I can save and put to one side, the better. But thank you very much for watching. If you can like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the boring stuff, we all say it. If you could do it, that'd be great. And like I said, if you can leave a comment as well, just to let us know what you would like from the channel, that would be excellent. Thanks guys, bye.